Hey guys and gals, how's it going, everybody? Glad to see you all can make it in tonight. It's Friday and we're hanging with the cuzzz. I want to say hello to a few people here. We got Mr. Derek Alexander, and who else do we have? Mr. John Tanzillo, Mr. Steve P. Wigwag. How's it going, buddy? Glad you can make it in here. Let's see who else we got. C and EI John, how's it going, buddy? Glad you can make it in. John Schoolkill, that's three Johns. John Schoolkill, how's it going, buddy? Nice to see you in here. Let's see who else do we have. Mr. Joe Raider, glad you can make it in tonight, my friend. And Mr. Ian, Lehigh River Subdivision, glad you can make it in, buddy. Well, your boys are getting so cute, man. I tell you, some of those pictures you're posting are really, really awesome pictures, man. Mr. James Young, how's it going, bud? Glad you can make it in. Ron Moen, nice to see you, buddy. Who else we got? Oh, Mr. Sparky, 107, 107. How's it going? Nice to see you in here. Tonight I'm going to show you some of my plans are going to be. Mr. Dave BNSF N-Scale, how's it going, buddy? Nice to see you in here. It has to do with my layout, but I'm also going to show you some of the models that I've been building for my other channel, in case you guys haven't been watching any of those videos over there. Mr. Chris Mitchell, how's it going, buddy? Nice to see you. Oh, Mr. Digger Evans, been a while since I've seen you, buddy. Glad you can make it in. And most of the people that I've been watching on my model building channel, a lot of them are from the UK. James Dundas, how's it going, buddy? Nice to see you. Let's see, Boston Bayou, how's it going, Rusty? Nice to see you in here. 27 people in here. Tiny Town Trains TV, welcome. How's it going, buddy? Nice to see you in here. Norman Carey, how's it going, buddy? Nice to see you. I am doing well, thank you very much. Since I've had my little episode a couple of weeks, well, actually it's more than that's almost a month and a half now. I've been doing really good. Thanks for asking. John Canopoli, how's it going, bud? Glad to see you. Haven't seen you for a while. Welcome. Jim Tedesco, nice to see you, buddy. It says 27, I think. Mr. Georgia Sunbelt, Anthony, how's it going? Glad you can make it in. All right, we have reached the bottom. Well, you know what? I got to say this. John moved to Texas, and now he could be on time every time. So let me go ahead and bring him up here and say hello and have him say hello to a few people. Hello, Mr. John.
Hey, Benny. Hey, everybody.
How's it going, buddy?
Pretty good.
How's Texas treating you?
It's keeping me warm. Other than that, it's fine. I like it out here.
We're still in triple digits here.
Yeah, we are too. We were 111 earlier. Let's see where we're at now. I'd say we're probably about 107 or something. Oh, we're 105 right now.
105. Oh.
Yeah.
I don't have my phone with me, so I can't even check that. Anyhow, I want to say hello. I want to say thank you to some people. I have not updated this list, so this list is probably going to be out. Have a few people on there that shouldn't be on there. So anyhow, let me do it anyhow, and we'll start with it like this. So I'm going to thank Mr. Ken Music, Union Central Systems, New Haven Rails, Joe Rader, Mr. Chris Mitchell, Dave BNSF N-Scale, Ken Amos Jr., Grandpa Rails, JNV, which is Jim Veronico, Ron Moen, Brian Page, Dustin's N-Scale, and Mark Arnold. Like I said, this list has to be updated. There's a few people on there that do not belong anymore because since I left the channel, they have stopped supporting me, and that's okay. Anyhow, you guys are wondering what you see behind me. Let me give you a better look at that. Let me get myself out of here. Can any of you guess what that is? And John, you know what it is, so you can't guess.
No fair.
So let's see. I'm going to see if I get any answers from anybody before we go any further. Mr. Frank Neer, how's it going, buddy? Nice to see you. Dwight Curley, nice to see you, buddy. It's funny. I'm seeing more people here, but the count's going down. That's funny.
Yeah, it's weird how that works.
Yeah, let's see. James Young been in the high 90s. Actually, the overnight temperature has actually been pretty nice. But it's been dropping down to the high 70s, which is really cool at night. But yeah, that's how it's been. Let's see.
All right, Mr. Curly.
Love the vintage shirt.
Norman Corey.
I've been on a quest to get all these different types of t-shirts. I've been looking for a lot of the cartoon characters when I was younger, when I used to watch cartoons, and I've got several. Then I also wanted to get a Star Wars because Star Wars was one of my favorite movies at one time before they started getting into their tangent of all the different stuff. Yes, I got Popeye, I got Mighty Mouse, I got Slowpoke Godzilla. Gonzalez, that's it, Gonzalez.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Speedy's cousin.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I'm looking, and I got, like I said, I got Popeye, and Popeye is having his he's knocking out his arch nemesis,
Yeah.
And then I'm looking for Olive Oil, and the only one I see of Olive Oil is her doing some aerobatic stuff, and I don't want to get that because that look kind of stupid.
Yeah. You need to get Underdog.
Yeah. There's a lot of them. I like to get Tom and Jerry if I could find somebody who's doing Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
Roadrunner.
Well, I've been hoping to catch a picture of a Roadrunner next to my Roadrunner. I've gotten so close, but I haven't been able to get it yet.
I was watching I forgot what show it was, but they were showing the 1960. When was the first year? 64 for Roadrunner.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were doing the 64 Roadrunner, right? And they were talking about how they had to pay.
68 was the first year, but the cartoon was probably 64.
Okay, no, the car is 68.
Car was 68 was the first.
Okay.
Year.
So they're showing the 68 Roadrunner, and they're going around, and they come around to the side fender, and they show the picture of the Roadrunner, and it says Roadrunner under there. They had to pay Plymouth $60,000 to use that on that car. Which actually, when you think about that was pretty cheap.
Oh yeah, for the amount of cars that they sold.
Yeah, I mean, and all the years that they've been producing them. Hello, Mr. Joe Sestito.
I have enough decals to re-decal my car. So
Joe Sestito is saying hello to you.
Hey, Joe.
So anyhow, I thought
a couple of Joes in here
now. Yeah. When I was doing my scratch builds and my model builds for my N scale layout, I thought I was doing really good with those models. When I started watching these guys that are doing these planes and not trains, but planes and ships and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Man, they blow me out of the water. I mean, they'll take let's say a body of a fuselage of a plane, and it usually comes in two halves, right?
Right.
So what they do is they put it together after they do the cockpit and all that stuff. They put it all together. They mask everything off that has to be masked, and the center line where the two halves come together, they actually putty that and sand it down so there's no more line.
Yeah, I've noticed that about the guys that do the model cars are the same.
Yeah,
way.
they do. Yeah, yeah.
I never was. Of course, I didn't know that there was such thing as modeling putty for your car models and stuff back when I was a kid.
Yeah, same thing with me when I was a kid. Who knew that? And I had not even.
I knew about the glue, the paint, and how to put
and
it
even
together.
the paint. Even the paint is different now. Even all the paint.
Yeah.
So I have not watched any model car builds yet, but when I did watch them a few years ago, I remember these guys putting the spark plug wires on
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
and the hoses and this and that. How
I
you
had
look is
when
so small? How do you see it?
we used to have a UPS driver that uh, he built car models, and his his coffee table in his front room was just
Uh-huh.
it's just covered with car models, and he does that. He gets into that minute detail with the spark plug wires, everything. I mean, it looks real.
Oh yeah,
You
when
know,
it's
I
done,
mean, when he's
it
done
looks
with it,
fantastic. I mean, I remember this one guy. I forgot who it was. And I was faithful to him. I watched him all the time. They had this chrome stuff that you could put around the windshield. Like remember the old cars used to have chrome
yeah,
around the
yeah,
windshield
yeah.
and chrome around the back window. Yeah, these guys do that stuff. How do you do that? I'm having problems with the models I'm doing. I can't even see half the parts.
Well, I mean, that's how advanced it is, and it's just amazing, and how much of it crosses over into our realm here. So
Yeah, exactly.
10,000 grit sandpaper, Dave says. Yeah, use putty on my Walther silo.
I have up to 1,000 grit sandpaper right now, and I had on one of my models.
Yeah,
On
wet
one of my
sand.
models, I did do that, and it does look better because you don't see the seam. It looks really good.
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. Derek, yeah, the car made it, no problem. I just need to get off my butt on getting that thing rolling.
Hello, Mr. Raymond Anthony, 127. Glad you could make it in, buddy.
Hey, Raymond, how you doing?
So anyhow, I'm going to get you guys down. I want to show you 4 models that I have built already, and I'm going to show you something that I learned. And I was showing John this earlier. First of all, the planes that I am building now or have built already are
Hey, George.
144 144th scale, which basically is close enough to N scale that I could put them on the layout if I wanted to. Hello, George. How's it going, buddy? But I did learn one thing, and I'm going to get you down to the other table where I got some of my models there. John, I'm going to make you a little bit smaller.
Oh.
All right. So, first of all, what you see behind me right there, that is the cockpit of a UH-60A Blackhawk helicopter. It's one of the models that I am working on right now, and I can't believe the detail that's in that decal right there. It's unbelievable. Then we got that guy, which is the complete interior. Fits, I think, 10 troops can fit in there, and the kit comes with the troops. Except that I got to paint them, and I can't even see the damn faces. So there's no way that I
Oh
can.
yeah, imagine that scale. Yeah.
So
Hey,
yeah,
mom and son,
this
Tammy and Ray.
that particular model right there is 172nd scale, which is twice as big as the other ones that I'm doing. So, with that being said, the next two 144th scale will be the last two 144th scale that I build, and I'm going to start doing 172nd scale, only because you can see the interior, how much detail is in there, and if you look through the helicopter right there, you can see the tail fins of the missiles or the rockets on the launching pod.
Yeah.
So there is so much detail in these things. They even give me the pilots, dude. Problem is, I can't see the faces, so I can't paint them. So I would love to put them in there. But anyhow, let me see. Where am I? I think there's one more. Yeah, there's another view of it. But look at the dashboard.
Yeah, that's just.
And actually, and if you I don't know if you can see them real good, but if you look at the bottom of the dashboard, you can actually see the yoke that's there because I actually had to put the yoke in there for to dry
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's there.
Dave BNSF says he's got one of those copters in stainless, the earth metal kits.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've got a couple of kits I need, those earth metal kits I need to put together. And one daughter gave me a
So anyhow,
set. So
I learned this after I built this first model. This model is actually something that was on the ship that I was on during the service. It's an E2C. It's an early warning plane. But you see the way it's sitting there? That's called, in the hobby world, it's called a tail sitter. And any plane that has got that configuration of landing gear is called a tricycle landing gear. So, not knowing about that, I have a model that sits on its tail. So, the next model I did, and let me, you had to see these things taken off the aircraft carrier.
thanks, John, for posting up Vinny's military channel.
Oh, thank you, John. I appreciate that. This is the second plane. This is a B-25, United States Air Force. And this also has the tricycle configuration on the landing gear.
Right.
But guess what? I put a bunch of those in that plane, so it sits the way a plane's supposed to sit.
Yeah.
Now these,
Yeah, I've been thinking about maybe trying to find some F-15s that are down at 187 scale.
I had not seen 187 scale. The closest is 172nd scale.
Yeah.
And the next two models I'm going to show you are 172nd scale. But before we do that, I said I was going to build two more in the 144th scale. Okay, now I want to show you something. I'm going to show you something. Okay, this is going to be one of the ones I'm going to do. It's a B-29 Enola Gay. It's very, very famous airplane. Okay. And the other one that I'm going to build is B-52.
Yeah.
Now, this is 144th scale. Okay, I'm going to show you something. You're not going to believe this. (144th scale). This thing is huge, man. Holy!
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I looked it up. It's 160 feet long. So this is going to be one of the last ones I'm going to build in this scale, and I'll show you the B-29.
Hey, trackside Mike.
And the B-29 compared to the B-52.
Yeah.
You know. So, but those would be the last two on in that scale, only because I like the detail you get on the interiors, on the cockpits, on the bigger models.
Yeah, yeah.
And the ones that are even bigger than the ones I'm going to do, the 172nd, I think the next one's 135th. Those models come with a lot of photo etched parts.
Yeah.
You know, so like all the guns and grills and all that kind of stuff is all photo etched stuff. Right. I was looking.
He is going to have to put an airport on his layout.
Yeah. Now the two planes that I just showed you, the B-29, the B-25 has not been in a video yet. It's one of the videos that's ready to come out. The next thing I'm going to show you here is a couple of the land vehicles that I'm going to be doing. What's up?
4T, Tiny Town Trains TV says, let's take a vote. Who thinks Vinny should build a train room edition, expand his layout route all the way to the West Coast? And this thing moved up on me. And it said, build a complete naval yard and a whole fleet ship in N scale.
Well, if I do California, I could do Coronado, because that's a naval station there, and I could do Miramar, which is the naval air station.
Right.
So, anyhow, this little vehicle here has already been video. This is an armored vehicle. It's not finished yet. I got to figure out how to do the tracks on there. They give you these rubber tracks and they tell you got to heat it up and melt it. And I'm saying, what in the hell are they talking about? So anyhow, I left the back door open because I did order sitting troops
So
to go inside there. And also I
right.
could pull I could pull this top off and you could actually look inside and you could see my Chevy engine in there
Yeah.
and the benches and all that stuff.
James Young said his son is building a couple of 1/200 scale battleships.
Those are big. Those are really big. Now this one is another one that I built and I'm not really happy with it. And I'll tell you why I'm not happy with it. The amount of space between the wheel
Uh-huh.
and the cab is way too big for me. I mean, to me, I understand it's got to have some high clearance. Now this is called a Dragon Wagon,
Mm.
and it's a tank hauler. Is what it does. It hauls tanks. But again, with this scale, I just want to show you the detail on here. Look at the drive line on there. Those are all separate pieces that I had to put together in there. So, all right. So the B-25 is actually the B-25 and the tank haul are videos that'll be coming out, as well as let me show you this last model that I'm doing right now, which what you see behind you behind me is the cockpit of this guy. I just finished
Wigwag
this.
has a question for you, real quick.
Go ahead.
He says, when you start doing the photo etch, are you going to use super glue or will you use solder?
No, if it goes on plastic, it's going to be super glue. The way what they did with the photo etch parts, I noticed on the ship builds on the USS or any ship build, when you start putting the superstructures together, instead of using the plastic part alone, you take the plastic part and then you put the photo etch over the plastic part. So the photo etch part is exactly the same as the plastic part, so it fits right over it, and you use super glue to put it down. And that's another reason why I want to go to a bigger scale, because all the ships that I have are 1/720th scale or 1/700 scale. And the photo etch stuff that's in there is really tiny. And I love to use it, but I can't see it.
Right.
You know, the only thing I could actually see on those is the yard arms. And that's it. I can't see anything else, because it's so tiny. And I see guys, I watch guys do it, and I just don't know how they can bend stuff and glue it, and
Yeah.
it's like crazy stuff. But anyhow, this is my latest build. I think this is going to be tomorrow's video on how I built this guy. But this was fun, man, with all the rocket launches on there. And they, like I said, they did give me the pilots for that, except that I can't see their faces, so I can't paint them. They did give you other troops also. And so it's fun.
Wigwag is saying that, but you need to do sub-assembly of photo etch parts before attaching to the plastic.
From what I've seen, these guys are actually putting the plastic parts together, because the superstructures come in different layers. Okay. And you'll be seeing one of my ship builds pretty soon also. But what they do is they build the plastic part, and then they take the photo etch and put it wherever the photo etch has to be, and they put the photo etch on.
Hello, DT and I, and David Z to G.
Oh, hello, David Z to G. How's it going, my friend? Nice to see you in here.
Let's see.
So anyhow,
Dwayne says he has a World War II support trucks coming for a B-17 build scene.
Cool. Yeah, and it's funny. I've been looking for a lot of the older planes, because I like I like building them because of the propellers and stuff. I think they look really cool. And actually, they tell you not to glue the propellers in there. And I'm saying, well, why? There's no motors in there. They're not going to spin, you know.
Yeah.
But you can. They do spin, you see. So, and I've been watching Dwayne's build on his aircraft too.
Yeah.
Dwayne,
Anthony wants to know on the helicopter if those were torpedoes or fuel pods on the wings.
They are two 250-gallon fuel pods. And what's underneath, I got to take some of this off. I don't have the rotor glued in because they say not to glue the rotor in. But if I flip it over, you can see the rocket pods under there.
Yeah.
So there's 8 of them. And it's funny because you got to put decals on there. It says U.S. Army on there.
Right.
And I made a joke about it in my video when I did the video. I says, yeah, I guess we need to let the enemy know where these rockets are coming from. But yeah, so.
Right.
But this was actually a fun build. What did I do with my windshield? Probably dropped it on the floor. I don't have the windshield glued in yet.
Oh no, bird strike.
Found my windshield. There you go. This rotor is really, I mean, it's pretty detailed. I don't know if you could see. It's got the swash plate in there.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I had to put all those little posts in there and all of that stuff. It's like,
oh, I bet that was fun.
It was, and especially because when you pick it up with the tweezer, if you don't pick it up right, it goes off into Neverland. So I actually had to make 2 of those because I broke one and lost one. That's another reason why I want to go to a bigger scale is because the parts don't break as easily on the smaller ones.
And they're easier to find when they fall.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Yeah, nothing ever bounces.
Now,
it hits you right at the floor, but it never stays at that spot. It goes 500 feet away.
On this guy here, I lost the exhaust system. Now the exhaust system was pretty big on this, and it was painted in aluminum metallic.
Right.
And you see my living room. My living room has got all that. Doesn't have carpet. It's got regular floor.
Right. Yeah.
I couldn't find the stupid thing. Oops. Just lost the wheel.
Wigwag said a lot of his early stuff, a lot of early videos that he did were of his builds and military builds. And he says the MASH helicopter was a fun build.
The MASH? Yeah, okay. I do have.
David C&G says you need to build the Spruce Goose.
Yeah, okay. Some of these models, like I was thinking about changing the scale of my naval diorama that I want to do, only because of the more details that I can get. Okay. So I'm looking, and first of all, they don't have a USS Saratoga. The closest thing they have is USS Enterprise.
Hey, Lynn.
And I'm looking at the prices on these things. Some of these guys want $250, $300 for these models. I'm saying,
oh yeah,
are you guys wacko?
Looking at, I remember going to the hobby shop in Ventura out there, and some of those models were just like, wow, really? Not like what you used to back in the day. You were paying a few dollars for them.
Does the rotor have a Jesus nut on the top? I don't know what's a Jesus nut. I know they told me to they told me to cut something off at the top. Maybe it was.
Dave BNSF says to stop playing with them. You're losing parts.
Anyhow, all these little models I've been showing you guys, I am going to do little dioramas like the ground support equipment. I do have a Abrams tank I'm going to be building, and I have a Willys Jeep. Of course, I'm going to do that, and it'll be a little diorama. And then the same thing with the planes.
Yeah.
I'll do a little diorama with the planes also. In fact, I just had Dave Schenkel over here last weekend. We hung a display case in my dining area, and I bought a display table for all this stuff that I'm going to be building.
Wigwag says, he says, look up the price on a B-36. He says, I was lucky to get a few of them for a really good price. And then Dwayne's Fork and Spoon said he found a 1/32 scale Avro Lancaster for $350. Is 880 pieces. Jim Tedesco goes, I remember paying $2 for a 124 scale model car.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day, man, you go to the hobby shop, you buy a model car for $5, you know.
You get a rack of paint for $2, you know. And a little
Hello, Mr. Ray Burleson. How's it going, buddy? Glad you can make it in tonight. We're just discussing.
Ray, how are you?
We're just discussing some models that I've been doing. So anyhow, the 4 models I just showed you, actually the 5 models, 3 of them are videos that have not come out yet. So you guys got a sneak peek at what's going to be coming out on my other channel. I want to thank all of you guys that have come over from this channel to my other channel. I do appreciate that. And today I have gotten a shout out from one of the guys on the in the other modeling community. And I picked up a few more subscribers. So I have right now on my new channel 100 subscribers. So I think that's pretty good for a channel that's only a month, 5 weeks old. Yeah, 5 weeks old. And another thing I noticed that these guys that are doing these models, they're posting videos almost every day. How do they have the time to do all these models? I mean, the helicopter, I worked on this helicopter all week and barely just got finished tonight or this afternoon, actually.
I don't know, so maybe some of them are sitting right there at their desk and they just reach over to their closet where they've got models stacked from the floor to the ceiling. And it goes all the way across and they pull one out, make a video of it, put one in the can, and then just keep building them and passing the videos out.
Yeah, the only thing I can think that they're doing, they build a whole bunch of them, they record a whole bunch of videos, and then they start to post them like part 1 and part 2 and then part 3, you know, so on and so forth. There's one guy that's already up to part 10.
Wow.
I mean, it doesn't take that much time to build a model. I mean, like I said, this took me a week to do. It's not 100% perfect, but I am still learning how to do these models because these models are totally different from model railroad stuff. I'll tell you that right now. You know, model railroad stuff, you have a boxcar, you put a boxcar together, boom, you're done. You got a building, you put the 4 walls on the roof, you're done. This here is like, you got to make sure you follow the instructions because if you don't follow the instructions, you're going to have to go back and redo something. That's the way it is, you know? So I am...
Georgia Sunbell was saying there's a nut on the top of the rotors called the Jesus nut. If not assembled properly, the rotor will come off. The pilots call on Jesus when that happens. I did not know that there was such a thing. So, yeah.
I didn't either. Like I said, everything I'm doing now, this is all foreign stuff to me. I have no clue what all these things are. They don't even tell you when they give you the instructions to do these kits. They don't tell you what the part's called. They just say, here's part number so-and-so. You put it on part number so-and-so. They don't say that this is the Jesus nut or whatever.
Right.
You know? So
Dwayne's Fork and Spoon says he watches a guy that does a full build in 60 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wigwag is saying, he says, military modelers are a crazy bunch. I know because I was one. And then he goes, there is a shipbuilder that's on like a part 1600 of a build. Like, wow. See,
Thank
John
you, Mr. Norman. I appreciate that, buddy.
In Germany in the late 70s, they lost an entire command staff of the 8th Infantry Division when a Jesus nut came off of their UH-1H. Wow. Wow.
So I do want to do another helicopter, but I want to do an Apache. Now I have an Apache in the 1/44 scale, but I don't think I want to build it that small because there's going to be a lot of detail on that. So if I could find one that's 1/72 scale, I would do 1/72 scale. Anyhow, let me get to what I showed you guys earlier. John, make you small again.
Ah,
I'm shrinking. Oh
don't pour the water on me.
no. For a while, I have lost a little bit of interest in my layout. And I came to the conclusion the reason why I lost interest in it is because it's overwhelming for me to take care of it. So, what I have decided to do, if you guys watch the beginning of my live streams, you see that whole section that's at the third level. All of that's going bye bye. This is what room number 2 is going to look like. Everything that's in the middle of the room now is going to be pushed over to the side. The helix is going to be smaller, and I'm going to have a peninsula in the middle. Everything above the second level in both rooms is going bye bye. I just thought that it would be a lot easier for me to take care of this because it's going to be a lot smaller. I'll have less track to take care of maintenance wise, less turnouts to worry about going bad, all that kind of stuff that's making me really frustrated about my layout the way it is right now. Especially when you came over, John, and we ran that train and it derailed. That pissed me off. So I'm gonna try this. Mr. Dave Schenkel is going to come over and he's going to be helping me out here pretty soon. This will start happening within the next couple of weeks. And I will be recording everything, show you guys all that's going to be going on. In fact, I'll probably do a before video and post that up on this channel so you guys can see what's going to be happening. But it's been a long time coming. It was just adding that third level. Yeah, it was nice to get the extra run session, but maintenance wise, hold on. There we go. Maintenance wise is just way too much. I'm in my 70s, guys, and for me to clean the upper level, I have to get up on a step stool, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to break my hip. So that's a decision that I have made, and that'll be starting here in the next couple of weeks. We'll be doing that. And that means that this room here might get cleaned out a little bit to make it a bedroom instead of what it is now. It's an everything room right now. But yeah. So I'm going to keep all it now. I know when I post a video, somebody is going to say something about Drake cement plant. Because that's not going to be there no more. Okay, that whole that whole section's going away. There's nothing going to be above the second level. Nothing. So Drake, if I have enough room, Drake's going to go right here in the peninsula.
Peninsula, yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be front and center. All my industries will be in that room right there. The lower level in room number 1 is going to stay like that because I want to keep the yard. And there's 5 industries in there that could be switched out. The way I'm doing the Arizona-California Railroad is going to change because the way it is now, it's got an 8-foot run, not even an 8-foot run yet, a 12-foot run and a 4-foot run, and then that run is finished. So it's like 12 feet and it's done. So I'm going to expand that part of the layout to go over the second part to be part of the second level layout. What's up?
Joe says so. So you will never finish, Drake. And Derek says, "Well, you had some very nice scenery at the top of the helix."
Yeah, and the new helix will be the same. I'll pretty much copy it. I'm going to go from a 48-inch table down to a 30-inch table or 32-inch table. So, because that room is like, there's no aisle space. The aisle spaces in there are like 18 inches, maybe 20, 21 inches, 22 inches.
Yeah.
With the way that's laid out, I'll have at least 2.5 feet on each side of the peninsula. So, and there'll be no There'll be no drop downs or any kind of gates in there. It's just going to be open on both sides. Just going to be go around. It's going to go into room number one. So the way it's going to happen is it's going to come out of room number one here, and it'll come down here. Now it can go up the helix, or it can come back down this way, come across, come down here, back up, around, and back into room number one. And then it does the loop in number one, so I could have a continuous run. The other thing would be if we, instead of coming out and going around the lower level, it can go up the helix and go up on the second level, with Wickenburg being the end of that level.
Ray says, earlier I thought you were doing a game of Battleship on paper. LOL. Just kidding. I knew you were planning.
So
he was playing Connect the Dots.
Really, I knew somebody would say that too. Let's play Connect the Dots. Hello, Mr. Kyle Stevens. Hey, by the way, I watched that video of yours today with the auto rack train. That was pretty cool. I think that was you.
Yeah, I caught him up.
So anyhow, let's see. Anyhow, guys, I just wanted to come in and say hello, make sure that, you know, you're all still alive and kicking. Hello, Carolina Foothills. How's it going, bud? Nice to see you in here.
Hey, Carolina David.
Mr. Kevin SF Ratan. How's it going, my friend?
Hey, Kevin.
Who else we got?
Oh, there's another Kevin in here. Kevin Beverly. I haven't seen that name before.
Oh, where? I haven't seen it. Where is that?
He came in. I don't know how long ago he came in, but I just saw him post. He said it looks really cool. That'll be a really awesome setup.
I don't see it.
He came in. Well, I see that comment's just below Jim Tedesco, where he said hi to Kyle, and then Derek Alexander said hi.
Well, welcome, my friend. Glad you can make it in tonight. Oh, there he is. I see him, Kevin Beverly. Yeah. Hope you enjoy my content, and hope to see you here, and also see me on my other channel.
Yeah.
So you get the best of both worlds. You get model railroading on this channel, you get model building on the other channel. Thank you, Mr. Ray Burleson. I appreciate that, buddy. Yes, I am feeling pretty good.
Norman Corey says, screw it. Just tear a wall down and make one big room.
You know, it's funny. When I first started doing this layout 10 years ago, I was talking about how I was going to go through the wall and this and that. And everybody was telling me, tear the wall down, tear the wall down.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tear the wall down, but when I'm ready to sell the house, who's going to help me pay to put the wall back up?
Right.
Everybody just nicks on that. Oh, that's okay. Just put the holes in the wall. That's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. John Skokill. I appreciate that, buddy. And I need to talk with you maybe tomorrow if you get a chance. You can give me a call. I got a chance to jump on it. To jump on.
Okay. I'll have to check him out.
Just getting older and slower. Yeah, that's for sure. Walls are easy. Okay, Mr. Dave. Come on out. Yeah. Anyhow, yeah, and then on this one, the tail sitter, I have a habit of just picking stuff up without looking about where I'm picking it up. So on this plane, you can see the tail, see the decals on the tail right there. Well, on this side, those decals are missing. Because when they were still wet, I picked the son of the gun up like that. And next thing I know, I had the decal on my finger. And the same thing with the U.S. Navy dealie, my bobber right here.
Yeah.
I messed that one up too. I messed one of the numbers up on the wing. Oops. I don't have my antenna glued down yet. But yeah, there was a lot of decal failures on this model. So anyhow, I looked online, and sure enough, I found decals.
Yeah.
The exact set that I need. You know,
Oh,
it's
that's
got,
awesome.
yeah, it's exact set, man. So
Yeah, AWACS.
AWACS, yep. It was funny watching these guys take off of the carrier. They start all the way back at the fantail, and they just,
Yeah.
when we were in still water, they would take off from back from the fantail. Otherwise, they would launch them off the catapults.
Oh yeah.
But it's really funny because these things look so big and so bulky and so look like they shouldn't be on the ship.
Right. Yeah. Hey, Russ.
The next thing you know, you see them come off. You see them come off the flight deck, and they come off the flight deck, and they woo back up in
Yeah.
here. Uh, so, all right, guys. Well, I think I'm gonna call it good for tonight. I really don't have anything else to talk about, unless you guys have questions. If you have questions, speak up. Who's this? Russ Rockin' ORR. How's it going, Mr. Russ OR? Nice to see you in here. Welcome. Yes, and I found that out, Dwayne. Until they are dry, you cannot touch them, and then you can't even touch them if you use the Salvasol, because that softened them up so much that if you even blow on them, they'll come apart. Thank you, Mr. Tedesco. I appreciate that.
Thank you, John C and EI.
I'm glad all you guys showed up tonight. Now, John, you're not going to be available next week or the week after, right?
Not next Friday or that, and the Friday after. Yeah, we got
Two
two
home
home
games.
games, and then we got 3 weeks of away games after that. So.
John DT, no, I'm sorry, DT and I wants to know if I'm going to build a submarine. Yes, I am going to build a submarine. My intentions are, when I first started the new channel, was I was going to do specifically the Sixth Fleet 1968, 1969, when I was on the USS Saratoga. And when I started watching some of these other guys modeling, doing ships, I would, subscribe to them. And then when the next time they posted a video, it was not a ship. Now it was a plane. And then the next time they do something else, they would do a ground support vehicle or something like that.
There you go, Caroline. I was going to say that. Yellow submarine? You're not going to do yellow submarine?
So I decided, well, I can't keep building ships and posting ships because people are going to get tired of watching me build a ship. So I decided to branch off and start doing all this other military equipment stuff. And so that's what I'm working on now, trying to get all of these models done. It's hard work trying to get a new channel started. I'll tell you that right now. The only thing I have going for me right now is, YouTube is specific on new channels only get 10 minutes of I have posted 25-minute videos already, so I think because I have this channel, it helps me out with that channel.
Right. Hey, Stormy Skye.
So it looks like haze gray. Yeah, I have that color, haze gray.
DT and I Mainline says he knows he started a new one too, a new channel.
So what are you doing there, DT and I? What kind of modeling are you going to be doing? Freight Train John, how's it going, buddy? Your
Al
birthday
Steven
will
says,
be...
how about a 1 foot long subs? Oh, he's got slot cars. Oh, that's cool. Slot cars. I still have my set that replaced my train set that I got for my Christmas present when I was 7. I still have my slot car set. It's 132 scale, I think. I need to replace or find rubber tires for them because for whatever reason, rubber doesn't last for like 50 or 60 years, it just disintegrates.
I would love to have slot cars. The problem I have with them is you press the button and it goes. There's no speed control. It's either on or off. Unless they changed that since I've had them way back in the day.
You got a little bit of a rheostat still when you
Well, I mean, if you're
Cycle's
able
my
to,
main passion. Yeah.
because I mean, if you go full speed around those curves, you're definitely going to fly off the track.
Oh yeah.
No.
Well, I used to have. My brother and I used to have the FX sets. But I think Tyco put those out. They were HO scale, supposedly. They had those were pretty good. But I've seen a lot of channels here lately. Well, I've actually subscribed to one, a Slack Car channel. I think the guy's up in Michigan. I think his name is Jimmy, and he has races in his basement. I mean, his basement, and he does the detailing like we do. He's got all the trees and the buildings are lit up, and the detailing is phenomenal. But
Yeah.
his track, it's not a standard what you would think is a standard slot car track. They run copper strips, and he's got like 6 lanes or something, and they can change lanes just at will going around. And these guys, I mean, they're flying. They're flying, and it's a big setup. I mean, it goes all
Hey,
the
Derek's saying that exactly what you're saying now. He says you can control the speed and you can change lanes. Wow, that's pretty cool.
yeah.
Hello, Stormy Skye. How's it going, buddy? Nice to see you in here.
Round 2 Auto World makes slot cars. Yeah, Auto World. Yeah, I've subscribed. I get stuff from them too.
Kevin Beverly says he's got his dad's old slot car.
Aurora, that's the one. The Aurora.
Aurora, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Aurora.
that was the FX ones, the Aurora ones. That's what I had. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But again, you didn't know that you could go into the detail like we do now. You can put all these things on there.
And I tell you, these model manufacturers, from what I'm seeing, they really, I mean, they do a lot of research and get the details right.
Yeah.
I mean, you could look, anytime you want, you can go to a picture on Google to, like if I want to check out a ship that I might be building, and I want to see if all of these parts are correct. How do you do scale? I want to know. I can't figure out how to do scale. How do you figure out a scale on a thing? Let's say that B-52. That B-52 is 160 feet long.
Right.
To be 1/44 scale, how do you figure that out? To see if it is the correct length in the box.
Oh, not sure. Hey, Stormy Sky. Kevin Beverly says, I just put together a pretty decent sized slot car track. It has 4 lanes, a lap counter, and can be set up in racing. Wow.
That's pretty cool. See, everybody's got their own different little hobbies going on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, actually, you think about there's probably a lot of guys. Well, how about Dennis from Otter Creek? He's got all those woodwork, all that stuff, woodworking. He's phenomenal. I mean, his layout is just, gosh. And it's not even done yet. And his buildings, making his buildings out of the blocks of wood and everything. And I just can't believe the how great it is. I mean, he's good. It's just
B-52 1-inch model equals 144 inches. So then you would have to multiply it. So if this model is 12 inches long, times that by 144, and that should give me what? That would give me the feet.
Yeah, let's see. I think it means takes 144 of those miles to equal the size of the real thing.
Yeah, it takes 144 this way, 144 this way, and 144 this way to make it. It's just I can't figure out. I've been trying all different kind of math solutions. This divided by that, this times that.
Yeah.
Then I turn it around and 1 to 144. 178 feet or 78.
Right, Ray. Otter Creek. Dennis is just amazing at how he builds his stuff. Hey, Randall.
Hey, Randall, what's going on, buddy? So anyhow, I was just saying to myself, wow, this model's pretty big for 1/44 scale. I'm saying.
Yeah.
12 inches long. And compared to the other ones that I have, it's like, holy crap. All right, guys. I am calling it good. We'll talk to you guys later. Maybe I will do something next week. We'll see. If you guys don't mind me doing a model build while we're on live, I will do that. I do have a model that I have to build for someone. It's a fueling and sanding station for N scale layout. So I'll be doing
Cool,
that.
Russ. Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. Anyhow, talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. And we'll talk to you guys later. Bye for
Good
now.
night, everybody.
Ciao.